You're not going to want to miss this. Two billionaires, Donald Trump and Robert Kiyosaki, came together with one message. The middle class is disappearing. And if you don't take action, you'll be left behind. But here's the good news. Their book, Why We Want You to Be Rich, isn't just about warnings. It's a roadmap filled with real lessons you can start using right now. I'm going to break down the most actionable parts of the book, in plain English, with simple examples you can understand and apply today. Listen to the end. It can change your life. First, let's set the stage. Trump and Kiyosaki say schools don't teach us how money really works. Jobs are no longer secure. Pensions and Social Security can't be trusted to take care of you in the future. Most people are stuck hoping that if they just work harder, save more, and wait long enough, they'll be okay. But that system is broken. The rich already know this, and they play by a different set of rules. So let's skip the problems and get straight into what you can do about it. The first shift is mindset. The poor and middle class think, work hard for money, save a little, and hope it's enough. The rich flip that around. Their mindset is, make money work for you. Robert Kiyosaki gives a simple example. Most people think their car or their house is an asset. But in reality, those things cost you money every month. True assets are things that put money in your pocket, like rental income, dividends, or royalties. Here's what you can do today. Grab a notebook or use your phone. Write down the things you own and label each one as either an asset or a liability. If it makes you money, it's an asset. If it costs you money, it's a liability. This simple exercise will change the way you see your finances because you'll start spotting the difference between things that keep you broke and things that can make you rich. Trump and Kiyosaki both agree on this. The rich aren't necessarily smarter than you. The difference is they learned the language of money. That language starts with three simple ideas: assets, liabilities, and cash flow. Assets put money in your pocket. Liabilities take money out. And cash flow shows you how much is really left over at the end of the month. Here's what you can do right now. At the end of this month, write a simple cash flow sheet for yourself. Put your income at the top, your expenses below. Then make two lists, one for your assets and one for your liabilities. Even if it's small, say $50 from selling something online, put it under assets. This habit teaches you to see money the way the rich do. Check the description for tools to help you track your assets and liabilities. Donald Trump's big focus is real estate. His lesson is simple. The best deals often appear during downturns when everyone else is afraid. But it's not just about buildings. It's about negotiation. Trump stresses that deal-making is a skill you can use in every part of life. He didn't always use his own money to buy properties. He leveraged loans and partnerships using other people's money to build wealth. So what can you do today? Start practicing negotiation. Ask for a discount when you shop. Negotiate the price when you buy a car or furniture. The point isn't to save a few dollars. It's to train your brain to see opportunities and to get comfortable with making deals. And if real estate interests you, don't wait until you have the money to buy. Start now by studying your local market. What are rents? What are property values? What's trending up or down? That knowledge will put you ahead when the opportunity comes. Robert Kiyosaki explains wealth through what he calls the cash flow quadrant. There are 4 types of people: employees who work for someone else, self-employed who own their job, like freelancers or small shop owners, business owners who build systems that work without them, and investors who make money work for them. Most people stay stuck on the left side as employees or self-employed. The rich focus on the right side, business owners and investors. Here's your action step. Brainstorm one way to step toward the B or I side. If you're self-employed, can you turn your work into a system that runs even when you take a day off? If you're an employee, can you start a small side business? Or could you invest in something that pays you every month, even if it's just a small dividend stock or a vending machine? The key is to start building streams of income that don't depend on your hours. Most of us are taught to fear debt. But Trump and Kiyosaki explain that not all debt is bad. There's bad debt, like credit cards or car loans, that drains your wallet every month. And then there's good debt, which can actually make you rich. Here's how it works. Kiyosaki often buys rental properties using bank loans. The tenants pay the rent, which covers the loan payments, and still leaves extra cash in his pocket. That's good debt, because it creates income. So what can you do? First, make a list of all your debts. Then separate them into two columns, good and bad. Bad debt is anything that makes you poorer. Good debt is anything that buys an asset and pays for itself. Your next step is simple. Focus on killing off the bad debt as fast as possible. Then, start learning how to use good debt safely, like a small rental or investment that generates more income than it costs. One of the most eye-opening parts of the book is taxes. Most employees pay the highest tax rates, but the rich legally pay less because they play by the rules of the system. For example, Trump uses real estate depreciation, a rule that lets him reduce his taxable income, even while his buildings are earning money. Kiyosaki does the same through his businesses. So what's the lesson? If you only have a job, you're stuck with the highest taxes. But if you start even a small business, the rules change. Suddenly, everyday expenses, like internet, office supplies, and even part of your rent or phone bill can become legal business deductions. Action step. Think of one small business you could start. It could be selling online, freelancing, or offering a service. Not only does it create extra income, it also shifts you onto the side of the system that benefits business owners. Trump and Kiyosaki are clear about this. Most of us learned about money from our parents. And if your parents weren't rich, you probably picked up habits that keep you from getting rich too. The solution is to learn from people who are already successful. Kiyosaki had his rich dad, who taught him how money works. Trump learned from wealthy real estate mentors who showed him how to structure big deals. Your action step is simple. Find one role model or mentor today. That could be someone local, or it could be through books, podcasts, YouTube, or business groups. The point is to stop guessing and start learning directly from people who've already done what you want to do. The right mentor can save you years of mistakes. Trump and Kiyosaki warn that the gap between rich and poor is getting wider. The middle class, the comfort zone so many people rely on, is slowly disappearing. But here's the most important lesson. Your future is not fixed. It's a choice. The rich aren't rich because they're smarter or luckier. They're rich because they learned the rules of money and decided to play the game differently. Every choice you make, whether to buy a liability or an asset, whether to stay stuck in a job or start a business, whether to ignore debt or use it wisely, moves you closer to being poor or closer to being rich. The choice is in your hands. So what can you actually do today? Here's a quick checklist straight from the lessons of this book. 1. Track your money. Write down income, expenses, assets, liabilities. 2. Kill bad debt. Pay off credit cards and loans that don't pay you back. 3. Study money. Learn one new thing a week about assets, investing, or taxes. 4. Practice negotiation. Even in small deals, train your skills. 5. Start a side business. Doesn't matter how small, it gets you out of only being an employee. 6. Invest in assets, rentals, dividend stocks, or anything that pays you monthly. 7. Find mentors. Stop taking financial advice from people who aren't where you want to be. If you just start with these 7 steps, you'll already be miles ahead of most people. In the end, Trump and Kiyosaki didn't write this book just to scare you. They wrote it to wake people up, to show that anyone can take control of their financial future, but only if they act. You can keep working harder, saving a little, and hoping it's enough. Or you can start learning how the rich play the game and start playing it yourself. And if you want a simple way to put these ideas into action, tracking your income, your expenses, your assets and liabilities, check the description. I've linked the tools I personally use to stay on top of my finances. Remember, the time to start isn't someday. The time to start is today.